Gunna allegedly snitching on YSL has led the entire rap community shunning him, and now Lil Durk and Youngboy have chimed in. But he isn't the only rapper who has been labeled a snitch. Here are some rappers who snitched for lower sentences. Gunna has been all over headlines recently for supposedly snitching on rapper Young Thug in the YSL RICO case. It all started back in May of 2020 when Gunna, Thugger, and 26 other YSL members were taken to the cell for their involvement in the YSL gang. Following his arrest, Gunna attempted to seek a bond but failed 3 times. Then the rapper made headlines after pleading guilty in the case but was somehow released from jail. Rappers and fans of YSL began to speculate how the rapper was able to free himself from the cell, leading to speculations of Gunna snitching his way out of jail. In November of 2022, the rapper took an Alford plea, which allowed Gunna to be released from prison despite his 5-year sentencing. He was, however, asked to serve 500 hours of community service following his release. Considering Gunna made it out so easily, but the other YSL members, including Young Thug, are struggling in the cell, means the rapper must have given up something in exchange for his release. Thus, Gunna has been labeled a snitch by fans and other rappers alike. Drake. Take it back to 2009. Drake was making a name for himself in the rap game, but he also had a run-in which almost ended his life. Drake was attending a fancy dinner with his friend Chantel Brown. After dinner, the two walked back to Drizzy's SUV where they were met by 2 armed men. The men drew firearms to Drake and Chantel's faces, demanding the rapper give up all his money and possessions. He handed over his gold and diamond necklace, his several $1,000 Audemars Piguet watch, and $2,000 in cash. But the incident had a witness. Nicholas Carino walked out of the restaurant and saw the robbery take place as the thieves quickly fled the scene in a getaway car. However, police quickly caught the robbers and attempted to pull them over. The thieves attempted to run, jumping out of the car and fleeing on foot, but the police caught up and arrested the 2. Crazy enough, the robbers were able to get away with no charges. All the while, Drake was cooperating with authorities in order to resolve the case. But Drake would start to make headlines for being a snitch, and thus he randomly stopped cooperating with the police. He went on to state the robbery was all a setup, which we all know is baloney. Why would he switch up the story after being called a snitch? I think we all know why. 6ix9ine. Back in 2018, 6ix9ine alongside 5 others were charged with crimes related to the violent 9 Trey gang. He was charged with a series of crimes and trafficking offenses. Soon after, 6ix9ine admitted to being a member of the 9 Trey gang and said he had helped other gang members rob people with firearms. In the hopes of a reduced sentence, he made a deal with the federal prosecutors. The rainbow-haired rapper spilled the beans on the gang's entire plan as well as their inner workings and ratted on those involved in the case. He named other members of the 9 Trey gang, including Jim Jones and Cardi B. It makes you wonder, what was going through this guy's head? Well, sure enough, just a few days after being released from behind bars and placed on house arrest, 6ix9ine's address was leaked. Tekashi received threats from all over until Lance Lazaro, the rapper's attorney, confirmed to TMZ that 6ix9ine had to be moved to a new location. You'd think 6ix9ine would have enough of it, but the rapper then took to Instagram Live to explain why he violated the street code by snitching to the feds about the gang members he once rolled with. Now let me break it down, he said. I'm sorry. I want to say that I'm sorry to my fans because you know what? It wasn't worth it. If there is a street code, right? If there is a street code and there's something so-called as loyalty and everything and no snitching and all of that, I get it, right? But where was the loyalty when you was sleeping with my baby mother? 6ix9ine went on to call out many of his former gang members in the live stream, making him an even greater target to the 9 Trey gang. It seems like pleasing fans is 6ix9ine's only concern. Not only is he continuing to release music and troll ops for entertainment, but he's also putting his life at risk. 50 Cent. 50 Cent may be a true OG, but that's not to say he hasn't snitched in his time. In fact, the rapper would be compared to 6ix9ine when it comes to snitching. 50's most notable snitching allegations came from his track Get Quran, where he supposedly leaked all the secrets of his hood. But that's not all, because 50 Cent would then go on to obtain an order of protection against Ja Rule and his Murder Inc. cohorts. Alongside his beef with a bunch of other MCs, this man was labeled a snitch from a plethora of different rappers. Snoop Dogg. Snoop's snitching allegations involve the passing of Tupac, whose case still remains a mystery to this day. You see, the rapper was accused of snitching on Suge Knight, who has been labeled as a prime suspect in the Tupac case. According to sources, Snoop told police that Suge was the cause of Tupac's passing and that several other members of his label were involved as well. It's rumored that Snoop decided to snitch in hopes of protection from the police. T.I. Throw it back to 2007, rapper T.I. was taken to the cell on several firearm charges. But surprisingly, he only received a short 1-year sentence behind bars. Because of his short sentencing, T.I. sparked a lot of attention in the rap world, with many questioning if he had cooperated with authorities to receive a lower sentence. Well, the repeated allegations led to T.I. having to share paperwork proving he wasn't a snitch. Several rappers even chimed in on the subject, calling out T.I. for being a rat. And while he has the paperwork to prove his innocence, it seems a little fishy for sure. Was he a snitch? Young Dolph. Back in 2017, Dolph was accused of snitching on rapper Blac Youngsta, who was taken to the cell following 6 counts of firearm-related charges. Reports claim the rapper was targeting Young Dolph, who was a rival of Youngsta. Blac Youngsta went on to turn himself in, but claimed he was innocent and had not pulled the trigger. He then said that someone must have been snitching and specifically name-dropped Young Dolph in his song Birthday, where he calls Dolph's label a bunch of rats, among other shots taken at Young Dolph.